This is RJ Banks coming today from Banks Credit Chat discussing collection accounts and specifically medical collection accounts. Some exciting new news has come about, making it better for the consumer, making it better for the consumer overall. I'm not sure what's the motivation, but one could make a speculation that with so many baby boomers retiring, medical debt becomes a big issue with them, and they're one of the largest cohorts to have largest access to wealth and the ones who usually have the most challenges with medical. But it's also for younger people as well. Let's get right to it. National Consumer Reporting Agencies have voluntarily will remove any medical debt that's less than $500 on your credit report, and that starts March 30th, 2023. Repeat that again. The National Consumer Reporting Agencies will voluntarily remove any medical debt less than $500 starting March 30th, 2023. Medical debts are an extremely big problem, especially when I was at Money Management International and ClearPoint. They kept coming on the collection. Every time we put them on the debt management program, they wanted to tackle the medical debts as well, and they tried to lump them together. It was hard to find who owned the debt anymore because they sell them to different collection agencies. So this little, and it was, you won't believe, some people don't pay $100, $200. I used to see lists of $50, $75, and we couldn't find them. So it made it very important that they're doing something like this to actually make it easier for the consumer, especially with the National Consumer Reporting, and they're voluntarily removing that from anything less than $500. So it's a good thing. Also, they will no longer include medical debt that has been paid in full after being sent to collections, and they can not be reported until they are 365 days past the date of first delinquency. Repeat that again. So any medical debt that's been paid in full after being in collections, they cannot be reported. And they cannot be reported until another thing is if you got behind on the medical debt, and it takes 365 days, a full year, for it actually to report as a first delinquency. So I kind of jumbled that up again, and I'm going to read it slow again because I wrote it down here. They will no longer include medical debt that has been paid in full after being sent to collections, and then it cannot be reported until the consumer, is 365 days past the first date of delinquency. Makes it so much better and so much easier, especially when handling medical collections going forward. Worth an update, worth doing this video just on that particular aspect as a whole. Just know as a fun form, not a fun fact, but a fact that you really need to know is that any collection account will fall off your credit report after 7 years. Now, it doesn't mean the debt goes away. Again, if it's a substantial amount of medical debt, I don't care what they will still try to find ways to come at you and want you to pay that or set something up that you even have to get that debt taken care of some one way or fashion. Even if you're going to get it, what's the term I'm looking for right now? It escapes me blank. Even if you can find a way to do a settlement for it where you're going to actually pay less, they're still going to look for any collection account to find a ways of it, especially if it's substantial. But that new information about medical collection accounts is a breath of fresh air, especially if anyone looking for put on a debt management program, or any seniors or even young people who have had medical challenges. Any debt they were voluntary, that's less than $500, will be voluntarily taken from the National Consumer Reporting Agencies off your credit report starting March 30th, 2023, and they will no longer include medical debt that has been paid in full after being sent to collections, and they cannot report it. And any other medical debt cannot be reported until they're 365 days past the date of first delinquency. It's all good things that's in your favor for a consumer, worth you to know about, especially for medical collection accounts. If this video has been any value to you, please subscribe, leave some comments. Until my next videos for Banks Credit Chat. I'm out.